Hello, my friends from the earth. How are you? Hope you are doing well, and I am back again with by dhanushka. Today I thought of discussing about some Java related stuff, and which is a Java testing library, AssertJ. This library is a community-driven open source library, and which is a fork from old Fest Java test library, and this has much more features than Fest actually. This comes with fluent APIs, and it helps to write some beautiful tests. You can see those things along with the tutorial. The way we have to write test is much more human readable. We are expressing our ideas, the flow of test is ensured with this framework. So those are the basics thing of this framework. Let's start. And the next thing is strings are uh, basic stuff we do use, right? Hello world. And for the strings also, it also contains very much helpful methods actually. Let me show you. Said that hello. And if you check it, it has contains white space, it has contains char, we can provide char sequence, and we can check contains ignoring case, and does not contain, and contains only digits, and those things is equal to, that's a normal thing which supports for all the data types, is equal to, and is greater than for the numbers. But in strings we also can get the digit using the unicodes, so that is also supported there. And if I check, it also has a start with hello world. I'm going to test this one. If I test this one, you can see the test will pass because the string is started with HNE like this. And there are much more helpful method like I think my spellings are wrong. Yeah, does not contains any white space, does not contain. And if I say like contains, if I want to check it contains order of PO, it has support for this one as well, right? Because there are different cases when we are testing, we have to use we have to think in different aspects, because that is the way our how can I say business is working. In this way it has different kind of supports actually. Does not contain, and does not match, you can provide some patterns, and does not start with, and does not contain, those things we have discussed. So those are the basic things included in strings. I think these things will be helpful to start with strings in AssertJ library. Also it supports, I forgot that actually, is lowercase without any params. Yeah, is lowercase, and also it contains actually is how can I say, is uppercase, and is lowercase is also supported like that. And not only that, is not null, we can chain those things together, right? Start with he, does not contain po, like those things we can chain those things together, right? In this way, if we try to test this one, the test will pass because those things are not included. It is not null, it is started with, and does not contain those things, so test will pass. You can chain those things together, but that chaining is depends actually. When you are writing a test, it is not mandatory to chain, but by chaining you can increase the readability in some cases. But there are cases you don't want to do that, just to ensure the readability of the test. But there's a feature that is available, so you can use it easily. And after that, I think I have done with strings. Now I have to go to the numbers. For the numbers, it also has some cool things, right? If I get double like that, 12.0, Yeah, it has the basic thing we have discussed is equal to it is available there, right? 12.0. If we run it, that will pass, we know that for sure, right? I just wanted to show that is available there to use. And not only that, it has is close to that is very helpful one, right? I mean, for this one we need to have offset, and we have to provide some different value like that. In this way, we can check the given value is close to some other value. Like in this case, I'm going to check 12.0 is close to 15.0 by 2 digits. If I run this test, the test will fail because the difference is much higher than 2 in between 15 and 20, right? You can and the error messages giving from the AssertJ is very much helpful, right? It is very readable, and we can easily understand what is the exact cause of the error. If you can read it properly, expecting 12.0 to be close to 15 by less than 2 but different was 3. In this way we can easily identify what is the exact reason. And if I change this one to 4, I am checking whether plus 4 or minus 4 for the 15 is available in the given value. And if I test this one, then test will pass actually, because 12 is included in the minus 4. Yeah, test is passed. And not only that, we can check. Okay, I missed it. Yeah. And is between, is strictly between, that we'll consider the exclusively, and is between consider as inclusively, like that. If I check it like that, 12.0, okay, I missed it. Yeah. Sorry. 12.0 and 40. In this way test will pass because we are checking inclusively, right? Yeah. And if we test this one is strictly between, the test will fail because we know 12 is not strictly inclusively, it won't include in that, right? So in this way test will fail, because if we change this one to 14 or some other value higher than that, probably test will pass, we know that for sure. And this is the way we are going to be working with numbers in this way. And it has some other supportive methods like is 0 is not 0, and we have discussed is greater than or equal to, we can use this one, and less than or equal to is less than, is negative, and is positive is also there, right? Yeah, is positive is also there. And those are very helpful methods when you are trying to capture some status of your business inside unit test or any other test. I mean, integration test can be that as well. So that is the way we have to use numbers. Like, I'm going to try out like that, the test will fail probably, sure. Yeah. And those are things I want to discuss about numbers. Then we can move into the maps. I have prepared a map already to discuss with you. And it's a countries and cities map. I have prepared 4 countries and 4 cities. Let's start. Assert that, as we already know, and country map like that. And it has some very helpful methods, and it provides very much fluent APIs to do our testing properly. As you can see, it we can test does not contain value, does not contain entry, or contains entry, contains key and is not empty, contains value, contains set of values, and contain value only one value, has field property, and has size is also there, right? Yeah, has size is also there. Has size between, we can check the given the size of the given map is included in the boundary we have defined. it has so much methods. If we are going to use in different aspects, everything will be available. And in any case, if there is no such thing, you can uh, give that support to the open source library as well. But for me, most of the time, all the things I want to test is available in this library. And let me do quickly. Does not contain value. Let me check. I'm going to add Kalambu, and I'm going to use chaining stuff here, right? uh, and I'm going to use entry from AssertJ as well, like this. And let me copy one entry here, like that. I'm going to test. There's an entry for this one, and also I want to check does not contain value. Does not contain. I use this one, right? Contains value, and that will be Canberra, and like that. And in addition to that, I can use is not empty, and has size. It should be 4. Actually, when writing test, we don't use is not empty and has size together, because that is not much meaningful. If there is a size, that is not empty for sure, so we don't use it in normal cases, but I use here just for the demonstration purposes actually. And let me execute this test. If you can see, the test will fail because sorry, my mistake. I executed the wrong test. Uh, Earlier test should be fail purposefully. And you can see now my test is passed. And if I check some other ways, and assert that, and let me show you some other method if I am going to be forgotten actually. Contains key. I'm going to try out contains key here, like that, like that. So we know for sure this test will pass, right? And we can provide the description, actually test description, as the way we want. uh, Otherwise they will provide default error message, but we can provide what is the error message we need to use in the test. In this way we can customize this one very easily. The Egypt, let me is the Egypt should be available, right? And if we update this one, we don't have Egypt anymore here, right? If I test this one, let me execute this the test, and now you can see the test will fail for sure because we don't have that, right? And the error message is giving like the Egypt should be available. Now it is displayed easily. In this way we can identify things as the way we want, because that is much more binded with our business, right? The availability of Egypt is our business case. In this way we can provide some cool descriptions, and do the testing, and have some how can I say, much more connected, much more connected unit tests, or sorry for the word unit test, but not only unit tests, we can use for any test for the Java, but we can make our tests more connected with our business logics in this way. So let me update it back again. Now we know that our test will pass. Those are the things I want to discuss about when it comes to maps. So use it in a combined way to test your concerns, and in addition to that you also can take out values and keys and entry sets as the way you want. But here I tried to use directly maps, but not only maps, you can use any other value as well. You can get key set out here, and after that you can perform the test for the set of the keys available in the map as well. And those are things I wanted to discuss about maps, and now I'm going to move into the exceptions.